To me, I want a golf club that's going to be very soft feeling, but at the same time, I don't want it to be overly soft that I don't know what's going on at impact. If you hit one on the toe, you should know you hit it on the toe. You should be able to adjust your swing accordingly. So what we try to do at Mizuno is we want a club that's going to deliver as much feedback as possible, and when you hit that center strike, it feels like there's nothing there and the ball just comes off super soft. This is the second generation we've done of kind of a diamond muscle look. With the MP63, what we did is we actually had a little bit more toe heel weighting, and we actually started with that toe heel weighting and then tried to build feel into it by then filling in that toe heel weighting with the diamond shape. With the 64, because we've got so many forgiving options in the MP line now, we really wanted to focus on feel as first and foremost. So what we started here was the same diamond, which gives us a lot of more meat high in the cavity, but at the same time it's very, very thick. So you'll see a little bit of the toe heel weighting went away from the 63, but by dialing in all of it, everything with the specs, we were able to get a club just as forgiving as the 63, but has just an improved level of feel. The thing that stands out the most about the 64 when you compare it to the 63 is the playability of the sole and the playability of the long irons. The sole on the 64, it's a lot more subtle, it's more gentle relief. The 63 got a little bit too hard-edged, a little bit too aggressive, and we had some feedback, especially from tour guys, that especially on the heel side, it got a little bit sharp and tended to dig a bit. So on the 64, we went and smoothed everything out. There's still relief and camber on the trailing edge, heel and toe, but we smoothed everything out just to give it a much cleaner look and something that's going to enter and exit the turf very cleanly. The 64 was one of those fun designs where you don't have to worry too much about forgiveness. It's really, you get to focus on something that feel, which is kind of what Mizuno's known for. And we got to put that kind of front and center in this design and really do everything we could to enhance that. We wanted it to be clean, we wanted it to look classical, we wanted it to look really MP. So it wasn't gonna be too radical, so that gave us a lot of weight to play with, to put just everything right behind impact, just to have the best, softest feel you can make. You know, when you look at the back of the 64, you can just see thickness. That's really our main focus on it, was to keep it as thick as possible. While there is the half cavity, that cavity, especially on the short irons, is extremely shallow on the leading edge side. So this wall right here is almost non-existent. When you get to the wedge, it's even smaller than this. So that's just make sure that we have as much mass as possible right there. That though, as you get into the 3 and 4 iron, actually this wall grows, so that cavity gets a little bit larger. There's still a lot of meat down low and a lot of thickness there, but we gave more cavity, gives you more forgiveness, more moment of inertia. Yeah, you know, when you're comparing the feel of a 64 to something like an 825 or even an 825 Pro, which is forged, it's a different feeling in that it feels thick, if that makes sense. You know, there's a lot of mass behind impact, so it literally is thick, but at the same time, it feels soft. It feels like the ball's not jumping off the face as opposed to becoming one with the face and then flying. So when you hit like an 825 Pro, you get a soft feeling, but you know that ball's taking off fast. With this, you get the feeling that it's almost a soft feeling. The ball's launching high, coming in soft, and it's going to land soft. So you get that impression even through impact. The 64 is a club that was really made for the tour guys, and it sounds cheesy, for the tour guys, by the tour guys. You know, it's something that they get very involved the more demanding a golf club gets. You know, on the 69 side, so on the blade side and the half cavity side, they're very involved. And one of the things they really, really emphasized was the sole. So the sole on the 64, it's a very clean, tapered sole. Got a little bit more meat on the heel than the 63 did. The 63 got a little bit aggressive and had some hard edges on the sole, which some of those guys didn't quite like. So with the 64, we really went back and smoothed everything out, a ton of trailing edge relief so that club will not only enter the turf well, but really exit the turf well. One of the things you'll notice on this club is actually the run bird that is actually precision forged into the club. It doesn't do anything in terms of forgiveness or playability, but what it does do is it kind of shows off our quality. It shows off the Mizuno precision. With our partnership with the Chuo factory, we actually stamp this in. It's actually forged in when we're in our final precision forging step. And that's something that a lot of other foundries, when they forge a golf club, there's so much post work that needs to be done in terms of engraving and stamping and all of that, that it's something that they are not able to get that level of precision that we are. My name's Chris Foschel, and I'm part of Mizuno's golf club engineering team.